Hi, everybody. Welcome. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Let's take a moment while people are entering our space here. Okay, while we're arriving, let's just breathe together for maybe 2 or 3 minutes to really settle in, to arrive, to become present from wherever we were, from whatever we were doing. I invite 3 sounds of the bell to help us come home to our seat, come home to our community here, come home to the present moment. Once again, welcome. Just allow the sound of the bell bring you to bring you home in this present moment, in the here and now. And just with each in-breath arriving here, and with each out-breath letting go of anything, any preoccupation, any thoughts, any energy that is not going to support you in that space, that's not helping you to be present. Just allow yourself to relax. Resonance of the ones in the circle here. And just for a moment, sense how you are arriving in this moment, the second day of 2026. Just benefit from this moment of checking in with yourself. Welcome once again, everybody. It's good to be in community while we've transitioned into the new year for the Gregorian calendar. We have a community call today, which is something that we've introduced a couple of months back to kind of alternate, to go back and forth between receiving Earth Treasure Vase stewards and their stories of the Earth Treasure Vase and offering prayers to one specific Earth Treasure Vase, and to actually have more time to just connect with each other here more personally, more intimately, mostly through a breakout room that we'll have a little bit later in the call. And of course, we have our full moon meditation to align, to tune with the global Earth Treasure Vase network, and to continue to send out our prayers, our wishes, our energy along the song lines, along the meridians that are here between the Earth Treasure Vases. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Rick Jansen. I've been with the Gaia Mandala collaborating since it's coming to 4 years soon. And I've been on and off co-hosting the Full Moon Call in the past year. I'm together here today with Erik. I'm going to introduce Erik a little bit later on. Erik is co-hosting, which is a boon, because normally Erik is in the office and cannot be with us on this day. And since it's still Christmas holidays, we have the good fortune to be in circle with Erik, and I'm looking forward to hear a little bit more from him and to introduce him to our circle. So the story of the Earth Treasure Vases. Cynthia Jewers, when she was 35, she was in Nepal, had the opportunity to meet an old lama, an old monk in a cave in Solukhumbu, Everest region in Nepal, high up in the Himalayas. And she had the opportunity to spend about 2 weeks there around the cave, and she was aware that there would come a moment that she could bring a question to this 80-plus-year-old wise man, wise hermit. And she brought to this hermit that lived and continued to live close by in New Mexico, and other stories of so much of what was happening at that time already in terms of climate change, in terms of social upheaval, and many, many other things that we continue to witness today. And she brought forth the question, what can I do? What can we do to bring healing and protection to the earth, to the places we care for? And this monk, with the name Charok Rinpoche, shared with Cynthia, it's beneficial to come together in meditation that will benefit the energies in a direct environment, her life's path. He said, but you need to receive those Earth Treasure Vases, those little clay pots. So that was in 1990, still carrying forth that practice. As most of you may know, we have about 80 or 90 Earth Treasure Vases buried in the earth. I see that I'm freezing from time to time, so I'm going to relocate. It will just take me 1 minute. This is the fun of being in Peru. And the connection here and there is unstable. So while we're in breakout rooms, I'm going to properly relocate. I'm now just on my balcony. I hope this is better. So the practice started there in Solukhumbu in Nepal. It's better. I seen the chat. Thank you. And Cynthia mentioned in the recent newsletter, the year-end newsletter, that she's taking sabbatical this year. And if you would like to know more about that, you can read what she has written in the newsletter. But I'll just share some words from Cynthia to honor her, to honor her decision to take sabbatical, and as well to honor her 70th birthday, which was on December 30th, just a couple of days ago. So Cynthia writes in this newsletter that came out on the 22nd of December. After 35 years of following Gaia's calling to plant her treasure vases and establish a global healing mandala of prayers for our world, with the turning of the year, I'm entering a new decade. Turning 70 feels momentous. I sense a new dimension of my life, work, and practice calling to me. But to hear what's calling, I know I need to stop. And as many of you know, this has been coming for a while. I will be in retreat until the spring equinox. I'm holding 2026 as a sabbatical year with seasonal check-ins in relation to this work. 2026 in general and the first quarter in particular represents a time to rest, reflect, integrate, and look deeply at what is next. As we approach the close of the year, I want to share my gratitude for the connection, learning, and growth we've experienced alongside each other. May we each find restoration this season and celebrate what we've learned. May the Gaia Mandala continue to serve as a support for the healing, transformation, and awakening that's the great opportunity of life on this beautiful blue-green planet that we call home. So, the reason Cynthia can take sabbatical at this time is partially because Erik joined us in April. And Erik has been working since April closely together with Cynthia and with me, and at that time as well with Nicole and Rasul, to make space for that transition and specifically to take on some of the administrative day-to-day running of the organization so that Cynthia can let that go because she's been holding all of that for all those years. So Erik is now holding that, which allows Cynthia to step back with ease, with trust, with grace, so she can tend to her own needs while we continue this sailing ship of the Gaia Mandala. So Erik, thank you for being with us. I'd love to invite you to just introduce yourself briefly to our community, and I will spotlight you if I may.
You must, I guess. Well, thank you all for welcoming and inviting me. My name is Erik Pye. I'm currently in Kalamazoo, Michigan, the unceded territory of the three councils. Um, I live here currently with my partner, Alessandra. We have three children. They're adults now, so we have three adults. They're all out of the house, so we are trying to see about this empty nesting thing that we've heard so much about. As many of you may know, I joined the team here in April, and I have been working diligently to learn the needs of the organization. I'm normally a bit more comfortable behind the scenes. So if you haven't heard of me or seen me, I'm doing my job correctly because that's where I enjoy sitting. But it's been a pleasure and a joy to work with Cynthia and Rick and the team and hear from some of you and to be able to help some of you. And I am yeah, I'm open. I'm here if there's anything you need. You can reach me via email. I also monitor the info email, so if you send anything there. But I am looking forward to 2026 and seeing what it brings for all of us here and for the healing of the earth and for growth and for uh yeah, really looking forward to supporting Cynthia in her sabbatical and seeing what new comes from all of that. So yeah, I guess that's a little bit about me. I'm not sure what else needs to be said.
I think that's perfect. Thank you, Erik. There will be more space for some to meet you in the breakout rooms, which is our next step here. And just as well, Erik, pay attention to the chat because some wonderful welcomes are coming in there for you.
I will. Thank you so much.
So, our community call means that we get to be in small circles together to share some time, to share about 20 minutes together. And since we're on this second day of January, what I would like us to reflect on are gratitudes for 2025, for the year that we've just transitioned out of. If you just reflect on it and really heartfully feel like, hey, what's been present in my life? What has happened in my life? With my relations, in my own path that I'm walking, my work, those close to me, the communities that I move in. What has been something, or maybe a couple of things that you feel like, wow, I really appreciate that. I'm really, really grateful for that. So that's something to be with together. And at the same time, if there is something that you would like to share about this coming year, what is the intention? If you have entered with an intention into this year or with a specific prayer or a specific focus, and you would like to be witnessed in that or you would like to speak to that, that could be as well beautiful alongside your gratitudes to name some of that in our small groups. So I'll create the small groups, and it kind of happens at random. So I'm not deciding who is joining who. That's Zoom, and we'll be in the breakout groups for 20 minutes. I'll send out a note, maybe 5 minutes before that we have 5 more minutes to be together. And please be mindful. Take care of time together, knowing that we have 5 minutes or 20 minutes. So divide those 20 minutes appropriately between each other. Just going to look how big I'm going to make the group since we're about 48 people. So let's be in groups of about 4 to 5 people. Let me see if that goes well. Yes. Before I open the groups, are there any questions about the groups or the prompts or anything around that? Okay, looks like we're good to go. You'll see a little pop up in your screen and you can click on that to enter the room. And then I'll see you in a big group a little bit later. Enjoy connecting together. So let's take about 5 minutes to hear back from maybe 3 people um, how it was to be sharing in the group. Is there anything that you'd like to bring forward in a bigger group here? Karen, please.
Well, I wanted to mention to the full group what someone in our group told us about this group of monks walking from Texas to Washington D.C. It's called something like Walk for Peace USA, and it's just all of us thought it sounded really inspiring in a way to like see that change is happening and other people are going out and seeing the monks and there's a little dog walking with them who has a heart-shaped birthmark on his head and so that was very inspiring and encouraging to us. And in the year, the things that people wanted to focus on were connection and presence. So that was very useful. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you for bringing that forth. Charlotte.
Yeah, thank you. I was deeply inspired in our group and re-energized after months of not connecting to the community humbled really by the beauty of how each of us in different ways is honoring the land, cultivating deep presence and trying to be a channel for bridging the light into the world. And so really grateful to be here, inspired by my peers here. And also because I mean, two highlights for me this year were hosting retreats here with Cynthia in Burgundy and joining her in Avebury, which was just magical. But it's true in recent months, I've felt quite disconnected. It's just been crazy. And so I think with a lot of humility, I'd love to. I'm putting out there a call for prayers to help me. I'm stewarding a vase for Afghanistan. And I have not had the energy or time to dedicate. I'm just trusting the process, but would love for there to be, you know, openings in this coming year. And I'm also temporarily holding the vase for Ukraine. And again, there have been several doors we've been trying, none of them clear, but would really, welcome your prayers for those two vases. And I mean, I think Aoife is not here, but we had also the vase for Palestine together with us, both in France and Avebury, and that's another one that really deserves all our prayers right now. So thank you.
Thank you for using this space for inviting in specific prayers, Charlotte. It's very, very right to call that in while we're in community. Thank you. And Aoife is here.
Sorry, Aoife, I
Wonderful.
hadn't seen you yet. Wonderful.
Sending love and all the prayers.
And we have the best scarves ever, the two of us since
Yay.
Avebury.
It's good to see you, Charlotte, since a couple of months. Happy you're here. Thank you. Steve and Karen.
Yes, I crashed the party, so I showed up here with Steve. We just had a wonderful conversation with our pod mates, and brought in a couple of things. One is that the Kairos vase, which is what I am stewarding, has yet to be buried, but that the whole concept of Kairos is a critical concept to get out into the world in 2026. And so we spoke about the empowering, the sense of agency that people can receive once that understanding of reality takes hold. And the other thing that we got to do is we were able to be there with Erik, who is now one of the pillars of the whole Alliance for the Earth, and how wonderful that he loves spreadsheets, and so all of the kind of left brain balancing and grounding that we all need to live in this time, in the time that we have constructed, when we actually do need to meet and we actually do need to get things onto calendars, and then how we maintain that balance between just being fully present in the moment. Just recognizing what a wonderful addition Erik is to the team. So that was beautiful.
Yay. Thank you for naming that, Karen. And I echo that. It's a real joy and asset to work together with Erik. We need groundedness and what you say, the left brain, in order to bring vision into manifest reality. And Erik is a great support in that.
I normally don't share my love for spreadsheets so early in a relationship, but I feel safe here to be able to share that with you all. So thank you for that. I appreciate it, and again, thank you for welcoming me here. It's great to be with you all.
Beautiful. Okay. I think it's time to move into our meditation. Erik and I will be sharing the meditation. I think it's kind of unusual that the meditation is being led by two male-bodied beings. I don't know, this may be a first, maybe not, but I'm just present with the joy of that. As much as I enjoy collaborating with my female peers, it's nice to have another man next to me here holding the full moon today. So we'll be taking about half an hour for the meditation. Julian, when he's here, he plays the didgeridoo. Julian from Australia. He's not here since the timing is not really aligning with the timing in Australia. So I do have a recording of his didgeridoo with some sort of music that he compiled around it. So we'll listen to that somewhere in the middle of the meditation to really bring in our prayers and our focus. And I just want to highlight Charlotte's request as well to send energy to the Earth Treasure for Afghanistan, for Ukraine, and for Palestine. specifically since that's been called in here amongst all the other vases that are in our awareness as well, and the vases that Erik and I will be naming. Okay, so you may switch your video off, you may have your video on. Feel free to do what feels good for you in order to be able to drop in. You can sit down, you can stand up, you can lie down. Just make this half an hour most beneficial for you. Then I'll invite 3 sounds of the bell to help us drop in. Okay, let's begin by taking a few deep breaths in and out. Deep and slow. Feeling your body relax. Feeling the ground beneath you. Feeling the holding, the stability and the calm. You can imagine your roots reaching deep down into the earth. Breathing in and breathing out, drawing up through your taproot the nourishing energies and life force of Mother Earth, which she offers freely. You can let thoughts of past and concerns for the future just pass by without holding, without clinging, just allowing them to pass through. And then connect deeply in this precious moment with the stabilizing and nourishing energies of our Mother Earth. And feeling deeply rooted, grounded, we can open up to the light that's above us, the sun and the moon, the stars, and just feeling their radiance, feeling their energy, feeling their transmission, and feeling ourselves expanding as we connect with the vast energies of the cosmos. When we're rooted below with the earth and connected above with the sun, the moon, and the stars, in this present moment, breathing together.
And now, let's feel our connectedness to the special place you sit on the planet right now. Feel your relationship to the soils, stones, waterways, the forests, flowers, the communities of life who call these habitats their home, just like you, and who also receive stability and nourishment from Mother Earth, in the warmth of the sun and moon, just like you. And now, in this present moment, in this special place, we acknowledge those who have come before, the ancestors of the original indigenous peoples of the lands we inhabit, who have been in sacred relationship with our lands for countless generations. We acknowledge the future ancestors of this land who will continue to hold this land as sacred for countless generations to come. And we humbly invite all of them to bless us and our practice. Let us also call upon all of our sources of inspiration, our own ancestors, elders, teachers, and guides, lineage masters, Buddhas, bodhisattvas, and wisdom beings that we feel connected to, and invite them all to be present with us now. Invite their blessings to enter you and everyone who is present for this meditation, and receive the blessings of their love, support, guidance, healing, and clarity.
And as this blessing enters you, feel the love and caring coming all the way into your deepest heart of hearts. Breathe it in, receive it. And then breathe it out, send the love out to everyone who's present in this circle, in this moment, and through the recording. And breathing in, you receive the love that others are sending out. And breathing out, you are sending yourself. Breathing in, receiving. Breathing out, sending. Gradually expanding your focus to include all of your friends, family, community, and all of those who this practice may serve. Imagine our circle gradually growing from our home, our neighborhood, our bioregion, our country and continent to include all beings in all places, everywhere. Embracing the whole planet with our love. We're breathing in and breathing out with the earth, with Gaia. And with the feeling of rootedness below and the expansiveness above, and the waves of love flowing from your heart, let's turn our awareness to those who are suffering. The countless places where there is war, poverty, disease, pollution, droughts, floods, fires. Wherever the need for healing is great. And breathe in this suffering. And on the out breath, you send your love and care to relieve the suffering of the earth, her people, all life, all around our precious blue-green planet.
Imagine that where there is hunger, great nourishing gardens begin to grow. Where there is thirst, fresh, clean waterways spring up. Where there are unhoused, safe shelters are built. Where there is war and conflict, choirs of peace echo in the hills. Where there is sickness, vital health is celebrated. And aware of where the earth is unstable, in danger, or out of balance in any way, imagine a restoration of balanced power bringing protection and regeneration as you hear the land sing out in harmony. Now see the generosity and reciprocity in communities of life flowing freely, seeing the beauty and riches of nature flowering into abundance for the sustenance of life, revitalizing this radiant blue-green planet we call home. And as we hold this glowing vision of Mother Earth, we call into our awareness the presence of the Earth treasure vases that have been planted or are in the process of being planted all around the world. Let us imagine that together we are pouring our love and caring in the form of light into each and every clay pot buried in the body of Mother Earth, filling each vase with our deepest prayers and blessings for healing.
And imagine each treasure vase radiating light in every direction, sending healing and protective energies wherever it's needed, in whatever form it is needed. See the light like a rainbow streaming forth from each one of your treasure vases. White, yellow, red, blue, green, and all the colors in between. Breathing in and breathing out, allow the feeling of caring and compassion in your heart to grow. And again, send that love out in the form of light to all the people, animals, plants, and places that are connected to your treasure vases. All the people, animals, plants, and places that are in need of healing, protection, in the past, present, and future. And here we begin at the center of the Earth Treasure Vase Global Healing Mandala in a cave above Los Alamos National Laboratory in New Mexico, the birthplace of the atomic bomb. To the north at the source of the Rio Grande River in Crete, Colorado. To the south at the mouth of the Rio Grande at the Gulf of Mexico. To the east on top of Mount Baldy above Santa Fe. And to the west on Mount Chicoma, known as Sikomu, to the Tewa people of New Mexico, the custodians of the sacred lands where this mandala began. And with that we have established the center and the four directions. And now we see the mandala growing in every direction. To the Indian Point Nuclear Reservation on the Hudson River in New York. To the Headwaters Old Growth Redwood Forest in Northern California. The Punta Cometa on the coast of Oaxaca, Mexico. Vilcabamba, Ecuador. Jakova, Kosovo. The Lawrence Laboratory at the University of California of Berkeley. The Daudum Forest on the border of Thailand and Burma. The village of Ain Karam in Israel, Palestine. Hiroshima, Japan. Inwood Park above New York City after 9/11. The Biosphere 2 in Oracle, Arizona. The Martin Luther King Freedom Center in Oakland, California. The source of the Ganges in India. The source of the Amazon in Peru. The Southern Pacific Ocean 93 feet down in Agum Atoll, the Trobriand Islands, Papua New Guinea. The Arctic Circle, Alaska. The Kogi lands of the Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta, Colombia. Telewoyan Village, Lofa County, Vonjama District, Liberia, West Africa. The Blythe River Canyon, Limpopo Province in South Africa. The Giza Plateau, Egypt. Haleakala, Maui, Hawaii. The Itombwe Forest, South Kivu Province, Democratic Republic of Congo. Avebury, England. Bindaluk, Jaiwan Country, Catherine, Northern Territory of Australia.
Garbamong Arnhem Land, Australia. The Mackenzie King Park, Ottawa River Valley, Ottawa. Gatineau, Canada. The Original Garden in Findhorn, Scotland. The Great Stupa of Bodhanath in Kathmandu, Nepal. The Flint Hills of Kansas in the heartland of North America. The Santa Cruz Mountains near Silicon Valley, California. The Valle Caldera in northern New Mexico. Honolulu, Bungles, the Kimberleys, Australia. The village of Utqiagvik in the edge of the sea in the northernmost Arctic Alaska. The Hanford Nuclear Reservation on the shores of the Columbia River in Washington. Mount Ryosen above Fukushima, Japan. Back to where it all began at the cave hermitage of Charak, Nepal. To Margibi County, Liberia. To the base of an old iron tree on Dicho Mountain in the Butiwong Forest of Walbunja County, Julian Nation, southeastern Australia. And to our root temple, Tolu Tharling Monastery, Nepal. The Manzur Valley in Turkey, Serpent Mound in Ohio. The Ashanika Spiritual Portal, Campo do Rio. Ammonia, Indigenous, Acre, Brazil, Amazon, bordering Peru. The Border Peace School, Charwon, the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea. In in Nabuzimake, Arhuaco Territory, Colombia. In Akarua, Waipunamu, South Island, Aotearoa, New Zealand. And Mount Parsoness above Delphi, Greece. Pian Grande di Catisochu of the Sibinili Mountains, Umbria, Italy. In Chiwen, facing the Windcates Park, North Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. In a sylvan wood near a creek that flows in the Potomac River in Washington, D.C. In eastern Tibet, next to a high-altitude turquoise lake. Fontem Felicem, Happy Well, flowing by a creek adjacent to a chapel in the village of Helsum, Isaac, Luxembourg, in the woods embracing Auschwitz-Birkenau, Poland.
To the Vase in Antarctica. The Isle of Lewis in the Outer Hebrides, Scotland. The Saugatuck Dunes on Lake Michigan in the US. And the Highwood Valley in the Rocky Mountains in Alberta, Canada. Southeastern US, Turtle Island, Chaconai, Tennessee. A vase called Coronama, planted on the shores of Lake Washington in Kirkland, Washington, near the Life Care Center where COVID began in the US. In the Permian Basin, New Mexico. Along Sweetwater Creek at the base of Marble Mountain in Danby, Vermont. The vase called Kateisha in Provincetown, Cape Cod, Massachusetts, honoring the wisdom and persistence of our whale relatives. To the vase dedicated to the return of the salmon, buried on the north coast of the Olympic Peninsula in Washington State. The vase in Plum Village, Thich Nhat Hanh's monastery in France. And the vase recently buried in southwestern Australia. Let's also include in our awareness the vases that are being stewarded now to the Bering Strait, to Chile, the Altai Mountains in Russia, the vase for healing racism in the US, the vase for Bamyan, Afghanistan, South India, Palestine, Spain, Taos, northern New Mexico, the Little Shell Tribal Territory in Montana, Triple Divide Peak on Turtle Island, a vase dedicated to Kairos time, a vase for the Paramo ecosystem of Colombia for the restoration of the waters of the world, a vase for the Big Sur region, a vase for the Andes Mountains, a vase for Ukraine, and a vase for Hungary.
Once again, please take a deep, slow breath in and a deep, slow out breath. Imagine all that is needed to relieve the suffering of the earth can be seen as light radiating out from each of the earth treasure bases all around the whole planet in every direction. Imagine this healing light flowing out from the bases, filling the whole global earth treasure base mandala with the powerful energies of our love and caring. See this healing force traveling through the song lines and meridians of the earth, flowing into each location on the global mandala. See the mandala like a web of light, embracing the whole planet. Feel the light flowing back and forth like waves from your heart to the earth treasure bases, energizing them and adding vitality and brilliance to the light that is then flowing out to the whole area in the sphere of influence of each of the earth treasure bases. Please focus your concentration pointedly on bringing healing and protection, peace, harmony, and justice to the whole earth for all time. See the healing and protection radiating out from all the bases around the earth in waves of light flowing back and forth endlessly. Now imagine this light flowing into your own location, your special spot in nature, and feel the collective spiritual intelligence of the entire global earth treasure base mandala, activating your node on the global healing mandala and entering you as a holy vessel. and imagine that the healing is accomplished and the vitality of the earth is completely restored.
And now feel the great interconnected web that's life on this planet, life on Earth, life beyond this planet, the cosmic life. And really feel within your body that we are part of that. We're included. We enter our, as Thich Nhat Hanh would say. Let's each give thanks for this moment, this opportunity we have to pray together, to sit together in silence, to share our gratitudes and our intentions, and to just simply be together while we enter to this new cycle around the sun. And let's offer one more prayer that the compassion and peace, that's our true nature. It's our true nature. That we may awaken to that, and that it may bring supreme happiness and benefit to the earth and to all beings, all sentient beings living alongside us, with us on this planet. And take another deep, slow in-breath and out-breath. And bring our awareness back to our body. Feeling our feet on the floor. Feeling grounded, rooted in our own location in connection with the earth. And just touch your body, move your body, wiggle fingers or toes, whatever you need to come back, to return. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and switch on your video if you switched it off and return back to our circle. And I'll invite two sounds of the bell to close our meditation. Thank you everyone for dropping in deeply, for beginning the new year in this way. We have another 10 minutes to share together. If there's anyone who would like to speak some experience or insight from the meditation, or any prayers that want to be shared here in the big group, or any other reflections that want to be brought forward, we can take 10 minutes for that. So please feel free to raise your hand if you feel that it's you who would like to share something here. Kat, please.
I just feel moved to maybe take a minute here to collectively and send energy to Cynthia today. Just send our heartfelt prayers for her in this coming year to be held and in love throughout the year. Thank you.
Thank you, Kat. That's a beautiful invitation. Yeah. Aoife.
Thanks, Rick. This is actually the first time I'd heard, actually the second time I'd heard Julian's didgeridoo, and it was really beautiful and very profound. So very grateful for that. But I guess I just wanted to present something that I was kind of feeling, and I shared a little bit in our small group chat, was just the significance of kind of where we're at in the world. And I'm grateful that Kathleen shared something about uh, Kairos time, and I suppose one of my gratitudes was for communities like this, and the fact that we can kind of come together um, from all over at this time in the world. It feels so potent. There's all these incredible, convergences, and we're shifting into a whole new world, a whole new era, a whole new energy, a whole new frequency, a whole new timeline. And I've definitely been feeling it like on an individual level. And of course, we're all, a reflection of where the world is. And I think just the importance of tuning in, but also like being in community at this time, because I think it can feel intense and isolating. And Charlotte, I totally echo you and resonate, when you're connected from even a couple of weeks, a couple of months, it's wonderful to come back and just like feel held, by other people who can meet you at that depth and community, a community of practice such as this. So yeah, just feeling very grateful for this community and so many of the others. I'm sure we're all connected in these wonderful ways to many communities, but feeling so grateful for all of those communities and for all of you and Cynthia and my own journey with the Earth Treasure Vase and being part of this community now, and the wonderful synchronicities that are weaving and being woven, and that I feel I'm kind of co-weaving too. It's beautiful. So yeah, just wonderful to be with you all in this next incredible phase of life and the world, which is, I think, gonna really change, everything is really in a state of change, so, and transformation. So very grateful to be here with you all. What an incredible full moon this is. I'm looking at it out of my window. It's so bright and so beautiful. And yeah, welcome, Erik. So nice to meet you in person. And thank you, Rick, once again for just hosting and holding the space so beautifully for everyone.
Thank you, Aoife. Maybe one or two more if there is more present in the group.
I'd like to maybe say something.
Ray, go ahead. Yes.
Well, mostly I just would like to wish a very deeply healing and deeply joyful year to everyone in their own lives and in all the communities that they are participating in. And of course, especially this one that I share with you all. So, Happy New Year.
Thank you, Ray. Happy New Year to you too.
Can I say something?
Yes, Emily, go ahead.
Hi, I'm from Wales in the UK. I just would like to comment on, it's the first time I've done this, on the ability that we have to channel the energy to the vases and to those parts of the earth, and to feel that energy moving like the web, and how effective that is, and how that is gonna, it really is helping everybody and everything. So I really think it's a beautiful idea. And thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you for reflecting on that and thank you for joining us today. Wendy, you may close our sharing circle.
Quickly, there's many members in our global circle that are going through some challenges, physical and just life changes, as we all are. So I would just like to end on that note of sending them love and healing, and all in the right time, as we enter this new year. Global community, global family. It is beyond and beyond. So may all of us, carry good health and an abundance of what really matters into this year, and embrace those who among us certainly are needing our prayers at this time. So thank you and Happy New Year.
So let's include those, Wendy, that you name in our dedication of our energy here. I'll find dedication prayer. Erik, since you're here, would you like to dedicate the energy with us with the prayer that's at the bottom of the full moon meditation script that you're having?
Can do that. Thank you.
Amazing, thank you. And after that, I have one announcement I'd like to share before we leave. Thanks, Erik.
For as long as the earth remains, for as long as sentient beings remain, until then, may these earth treasure vases too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. Through the merits of this practice, may all beings realize their inseparability with Gaia and all life upon her, living in peace and harmony. May there be no more war or conflict, and may all hearts be filled with compassion. Alalaho.
Thank you, everyone. So this is the first full moon meditation of the year, and for a little while, it's not the last one, but for a little while, it is the one that we need to take in as our nourishment, because we'll be breaking for February and March. There's more information about that in the newsletter. And we're using those months of February and March to restructure the organization a little bit further, to restructure some of the practice groups to move more deeply into co-facilitation of groups. And as well to, in a way, we're joining Cynthia a little bit in the energy of taking a rest, a pause, at least with the full moon. The practice groups will continue, and I've reached out to those where the practice groups need to shift a little bit in hosting and facilitation. So if you received an email about that, that's about the practice groups. And then we're returning, I think it's early April, that we're coming back with the full moon, and then we just continue on all the way for the rest of the year. So just for you to know that the practice groups are the places to find community in February and March, and then the full moon continues in April. Wonderful. Thank you all so much.